I Am Burt Reynolds is making its long-awaited television premiere. The award-winning documentary, directed by Adrian Bytenuous, traces Reynolds' storied Hollywood career. He was, from 1975 to 1982, the world's biggest movie star, from his early television roles to his breakout movies. Deliverance, The Longest Yard, Smokey, and The Bandit to his romances, including his marriage to Lonnie Anderson and their headlining divorce. Reynolds, who also won an Emmy for the CBS sitcom Evening Shade, died in 2018 at the age of 82. I Am Burt Reynolds premieres December 30th, 8 p.m. on the CW as the latest installment in its I Am series. Burt's story is the thread of someone who had been around since old Hollywood and how the industry evolved through him. Bytenuous told the Post, "When you go back through someone's life and films in relationship to their personal life, it changes how you look at their movies. This is a man who hasn't been given his due, and it was an amazing story to be told, the scope of his generational, decades-long career with tons of great films to pull from and a family that was behind the idea." Anderson, to whom Reynolds was married from 1988 to 1994, is an active participant in the documentary, as is Quentin Reynolds, 35, the son she and Reynolds adopted in 1988. Lonnie and Burt, even during their big divorce, were in constant communication. They saw and talked to each other, and the media version of what happened between them is totally off, Bytenuous said. She still loves Burt, and there's no animosity there. She's very much a part of preserving his life and legacy. One of the major threads running through I Am Burt Reynolds is the actor's tricky relationship with his gruff, no-nonsense father, Burton Reynolds, from whom Burt constantly sought validation, which proved elusive at best. He saw what celebrity and fame did to his parents, and the last thing he wanted to be was a celebrity, Bytenuous said of Quentin. He's the most low-key, heartwarming, wonderful guy. He got quite close to Burt later in life. They spent a lot of time together, and Quentin was a caregiver. I don't think there was ever a moment when they didn't love each other. He didn't get the love he wanted from his dad. All he really wanted was a hug and some approval for what he did, Bytenuous added of Reynolds. His father is seen being interviewed in archival footage, as is Reynolds' mother, Fern. At the end of Burton's life, they came together in a nice way, and when his dad passed, they were on good terms. Burton, being a war veteran and probably having some hardcore PTSD and his not having parents who were lovable, it was an intergenerational thing, and I think Burt wanted to show a lot of love to his son because of that. You see Burt's desire for a connection with Quentin that he never really had with his own dad. I Am Burt Reynolds is replete with archival footage from Reynolds' movies and from his classic appearances on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show appointment viewing in the 70s and 80s. And of Reynolds talking about his life and career in a Merv Griffin special from the height of Reynolds' career, when he posed naked for Cosmopolitan magazine and Deliverance launched him into the Hollywood stratosphere. He dated Dinah Shore and Sally Field, among others. I Am Burt Reynolds also covers the latter part of the star's career, when back surgeries, temporomandibular joint dysfunction, and an addiction to painkillers left him emaciated and triggered false tabloid headlines that he had AIDS. But he rebounded with Boogie Nights, and later The Last Movie Star, in which he played a not-so-thinly veiled version of himself. In later years, Reynolds also devoted himself to teaching acting classes at his theater in Jupiter, Florida. There's footage of him in action with a group of students.